Hi, welcome to Leadership Insights with Chilufya Wanchinga, founder and CEO of New Way Africa Leadership Initiative, NWALI, a non-profit organization with the prime aim of educating the masses on leadership and civic education. Today's topic is the character traits of leadership, and we'll be looking at only 3 character traits. But before we look at these character traits, let us first look at what character is. Character is the true person. Character is the sum total of a person. Every individual has values and convictions. So when you have a strong character, that is when you are true to your convictions and values. Whereas when you are inconsistent with your values and convictions, then it means you have a weak character. Now, character is the backbone of leadership, because when you have a strong character, that is what sustains you. Your talent may create opportunities for you, but it is character that will maintain your success. You may be charismatic, you may have charisma, but it's only character that will sustain you. So, what are the qualities that strengthen character? And these are the character traits that we'll be looking at. The character traits that strengthens your leadership potential. The first character trait we're looking at is servanthood. A servant is basically somebody who works for somebody else. A servant is an employee, and therefore every servant has a master. Now this concept is important because in a democracy, it is the people who are masters. It is the people who have power. And therefore it is the people who actually supervise the leader. And that is why it's very, very important that a leader understands that he's a servant. And because he's a servant, there are certain requirements from a servant. A servant must be accountable to the master. A servant must be faithful. A servant must be a good listener. These principles may seem very obvious, but in the African context, leaders are generally perceived to be masters. Now this has got a cultural background to it. But in a democracy, we cannot perceive leaders generally as a master, because that distorts the balance of power. People must be in a position to keep the leader accountable. And the leader must understand that he's there to serve the people. The second character trait we'll look at is the character trait of courage. Leaders need to be courageous. Courage is the mental strength to withstand fear, danger, risks, to be able to persevere. Leaders require to be courageous because there are certain things that need to be done and decisions that need to be made that require courage. Former American general once said, the most important quality in leadership is the willingness to make decisions. Africa needs leaders who are ready to make decisions that will take the continent to the next level. The world is changing. Africa is dynamic. Globalization will not wait for Africa. In order for us to rise and take our place in the international arena, Africa needs a new breed of leaders who have the courage to make the decisions that are needed to be made to fulfill our role in the bigger plan of the African Union. Courage is what will give leaders the strength to resist the temptations of power. With courage, leaders will say no to corruption. With courage, leaders will say no to tribalism and racism and any other isms. The third character trait we'll look at is the character trait of excellence. African leaders need to be leaders of excellence. Excellence is basically the ability to do something very well. Africa needs leaders who are ready to rebrand this continent. Everybody should come on board. Excellence is a product. It's as a result of how we serve. It's a result of what we do. And this means every African needs to rise up and do their best. In everything that we do, we need to do our very best. The time for mediocrity is over. This is the time in anything that you do. You need to do your best. Not the best in your village or town or country. Aim to be the best in the world. Do not despise your humble beginnings. What is important is to keep striving. Keep doing your best. Keep getting better. Don't settle for less until you aim and arrive at excellence. This is the Africa that we need. This is the Africa we want. So these three character traits of leadership are not exhaustive, but they'll go a long way if we abide by them. If you have liked the video, I'll ask you to like it, share it as well. If you want to continue hearing more, I'll ask you to subscribe. And if you have not yet bought my book, Attitude Change, the answer to Africa's leadership question, please do. It's a good read. It's on Amazon. You can get it an e-copy or a paperback copy. For now, God bless you and God bless Africa.